I was 11 at that time. We were living in a pretty big house. There was one empty room. The walls were old and there was no window. My parents never used that room, so I always considered it my second room. I decorated it with an antique rug my mom had, a few lamps, and some pillows. I used to go in that room when I was angry at my parents. I sometimes heard some strange sounds like scratching, but I figured that it was just a mouse, so I just ignored it. One day my parents were screaming at me because I got into a fight at school. I locked myself in the room. I was crying, but I somehow fell asleep in that room and woke up sometime in the middle of the night. I started hearing some strange sounds coming from my window. Tapping sounds. Tap, tap, tap. I turned and looked, but saw nothing. So I laid back down on the rug, but then I heard something on my door. It was the same sound that was coming from the window. Tap, tap, tap. I slowly looked over. There was a woman standing there with light gray hair and a long white dress. She startled me, and I asked her why she kept tapping on my door. When I said that, I knew I shouldn't have, but it was too late. She turned her face to me. Her mouth was so big, and her eyes were so small. She came over to me and whispered in my ear, "I'm waiting for you to wake up." I couldn't scream or call my parents. It felt like something was holding my mouth shut. Then she told me, "Next time, it will be even better." Then I woke up and it was morning. I was so frightened by what she said. What did she mean? When I went downstairs, I saw on my door some little scratches that I know weren't there before. I told my parents what happened, but they didn't believe me. I never slept in that room again. I think that the thing she told me, "I'm waiting for you to wake up," had a deeper meaning than just waking up from a dream. This happened when I was 14. I was sleeping, and suddenly I felt the urge to wake up. When I tried to sit up, I couldn't. I thought I was dead, until I realized my body didn't know I was awake, and I was paralyzed. I tried to remain calm as I collected my thoughts and tried to figure out a solution of why I couldn't move. But then suddenly I saw out of the corner of my eye something in the corner of my room. As I slowly turned my gaze to the darkest corner of the room, I saw what appeared to be a cloaked woman with an abnormally large head and sharp teeth staring back at me. Every time I blinked, she seemed to be getting closer to my bed. I tried hard not to close my eyes, but it was difficult. The woman was at the end of my bed and began crawling towards me. I remembered my mother told me a prayer to say. "Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take." I kept saying it until I fell asleep. When I woke up again, it was morning, and I was finally able to move again. After a sigh of relief, I looked back in the corner where the lady was standing, and what I saw will forever be engraved in my memory. In the corner of my room were the words, "I'll get you next time," written in blood.